That's 10. Okay, perfect. So now you got a minute to do your push-ups. You just got to do 10. All right. Now, what I like to do when there's extra time, because you got 30 seconds before your next set, is I'll do some stretches. So my favorite is your arm goes across your chest like this. You kind of stretch that shoulder for about 10 seconds. And then you switch. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then behind your head. And then switch. Try to reach your hand back behind your back. All right, and let's go to our next set. We got a minute and 45 seconds. So 10 curls. This is the third set. You got a minute and 5 seconds. All right, 49 seconds. So I want us to work on these push-ups a little bit. You can put your knees down, but you do want your legs to be flat with your back. So you want to push your knees back as far as you can, really, till they can't go back anymore, and then your shoulders come up. So.
Is that better?
Well, look at me. So you don't want your butt in the air because your knees are already down. So you really want to have your body like this. So you're here. You want to be here, pretty much flat. Not dipping your hips in, but like flat. Like
okay.
So like if you were to lay down, your body would be perfectly flat. So when you come up, it needs to stay flat. If you're here, you're not engaging your core. You want to be here. Not if it hurts, then you come back a little bit, but you want to minimize that as much as possible.
Right. Okay. I don't know if my knee is just hurting.
Oh, are you on your mat or the floor?
I'm on the mat.
Okay. Yeah. A little more cushion would help.
Yeah. So is that better?
Yeah, it's better. Yep.
No wonder I'm feeling it now.
Right. And guess what? If it's hard to do 10, then do 5, and then work your way up to 10.
Yeah.
But it's better to have good form than to kind of cheat on the form, you know what I mean? Better to do better form and less reps than to do not as good form but more reps, because you'll get more benefit that way. All right, let's do the next set. This is the fourth one. We're doing curls. Now this time, since there's only 2 sets left, you can do the hammers. So the fist is this way.
Okay.
Yeah. We got a minute and 21 seconds. A minute and 3 seconds. All right, 41 seconds. So 5 to 10 of your best. Try to see if you can go a little bit flatter.
Can't.
No?
No.
Okay.
That's all.
Are you using a tripod or is your phone just on the table?
It's my iPad.
Oh, it's your iPad. It's like on a desk or a chair.
It's on a chair.
Gotcha. Okay.
What is it?
Well, I can't really see you on the floor, so it's hard for me to even like.
Fix that. Okay. Yeah. Here you go.
Okay, cool. All right, let's do our next set of curls. Last one. So we're gonna do hammers, 5, 10 each hand.
Can you see me up now or no?
I can see your feet, but I'd rather have it here for right now so I can see the push-ups.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, we got 1 minute. This is actually the last set, so that's good. Then we got some legs to do. All right. So I can see the floor better. So you want to get your back flat and 10 push-ups. Got 25 seconds. So your hands should be under your shoulders. They don't need to be that far in front of you.
No. Okay.
Like even more. Like they can literally be right directly under your shoulders. And that might be part of the problem. And then you want to, then your knees can go back a little bit more. Or see where your hands were. Can you put your hands back to where they were? And then you want to move your head, your shoulders should be over your hands. So tilt your body forward this way. Yeah, you want to be like more like that. And you just need to, I think we need to work on strengthening your core.
Yes. Strengthen the core.
All right, cool. All right, so that was better though. Now we're gonna do legs. So let's stretch the legs out for 2 minutes. You can stretch out the quads like this. And then switch.
Stop. We doing curling.
And then stretch the hamstrings, so just reach forward and down. About 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. And then stretch the calf. So you can go to the wall behind you and put your foot up against the wall. 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. All right. So, just like before, it's a superset. So you're gonna want to do the superset's gonna be squats, just regular 10 squats. Now with your squats, you don't want to let your knees come too far past your toes. So you want to keep them aligned with your, you don't want to go like this. That's not a good squat. You want to drop your butt back and keep your knees right over your toes so they don't go past your toes. And then the superset's going to be with toe touchers here and then hip flexors, just like we did on, I think it was Tuesday or Wednesday. So you want to do 10 of each, and you got 2 minutes to do it. Okay?
All right.
So squats first.
All right.
So yep, 1, good. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, good. And then toe touches.
Which one?
The ones where you reach down and touch your toes.
How do you call it?
Toe touches.
Oh,
Toe touchers, toe touches. And then lay on your back for hip thrusts. 34 seconds. You have. Remember how to do those? You bend your knees and you thrust your hips in the air. Yeah. Yep. 20 seconds. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. So now we do those 3 exercises again for 4 more sets.
got it.
Okay, so 10 squats. How does the knee feel?
Knee feels okay.
Okay,
I'm not
good.
getting any pain. The knee is definitely getting strengthened.
Good, good. Okay, so that's 10. Toe touches, yep. And then hip thrust. 28 seconds on the clock. Good job. All right, so squats for 10. This is going to be the last one of these. We'll do 2 different exercises for the next set. So 10 squats. And by us doing these exercises back to back, it adds in an element of cardio. because it helps keep your heart rate up,
Right.
as opposed to just doing the exercises. It's almost like running or riding a bike as well because you're constantly moving
Right. That
without,
makes sense.
yeah, without like much breaks in between. Like we don't really take breaks. You can, but in this type of workout, your break is kind of considered like you're working different muscle groups. So while you're doing the hip thrusts, your quads are resting. While you're doing the toe touches, your glutes are resting. You know what I mean? So that's where you kind of get the rest. Your muscles get a rest, but your heart rate doesn't. It stays up to help you burn calories and burn fat.
That makes sense.
Yep. So it's like an all-in-one.
Exactly.
What number is that? 4?
Yep. Right on. 4, 5, 6.
Yep. 6, 7.
You don't miss a bit, do you?
No. 8. Try
Like
not.
no cheating code.
9. What's that?
Like I'm still watching, Kurline.
Right. And then hip thrusts for 10. Okay, so now we've gone into the next set. So we gotta get through these and then get caught up for the next set. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right. So when you stand up this time, we're gonna do lunges. So feet apart, and you just want to go down and up for 10 each leg. And you want to focus more on bending so you want to put your legs out wider and focus more on bending the back leg down than pushing the front leg forward. Yeah. There you go. That's better. That was 10. Okay, other side. There you go.
Stare at my picture to do this.
For some balance.
I have to stare at the pictures on the wall.
Gotcha.
More of a focus issue. Oh, look at my niece and my nephew. Oh, there. Nice.
All right, calf raises. So you can either step on one of those blocks you had or like a stool. I'm not sure what you have.
I had a
If you did use a block, you could put it against the wall. It's kind of tricky though, because you have to get really close. You'd want to kind of put it away from the wall a little bit, and then put your feet up.
Okay.
Yeah, so that you're not too close. That's good. Then kind of let your heels hang off. Yep, there you go. Good. And just make sure you don't let the block roll back too much. You don't fall off. All right. How many was that? 10? Okay. All right. So let's go back to lunges. Remember? Yep. One leg in front, other leg behind. We're just doing 2 sets. So. And then switch, yep.
Wiggle worm.
What's that?
It's a wiggle worm.
Wiggle worm.
It's me trying to get my balance.
What number is that? Oh, that's 10.
10.
Okay.
It is 10.
And now we got calf raises. I want you to try to get 15.
15.
And if you can, try to get your heels to touch the ground. There you go. A more full extension will work more of the muscle and help you build more strength and flexibility.
Strength and flexibility.
Yep. And ankle mobility, it'll help your knee also. So remember, like we were talking about it, that when you have knee pain, it's not just from the knee, it's from the hip and also the ankles. So if you can, you strengthen your leg from top to bottom, you'll have less knee issue. It isn't just strengthening the knee, but everything around it.
Mm-hmm.
What number are you on?
18.
Okay. Did you say 18?
15.
All right. What's that?
That ballpark.
How many did you get?
15.
Okay, perfect. All right, now we got hips. So we're gonna go on our all fours, and we'll just do one set each side. So we're gonna bring the leg back and kick it up and down for 10 reps.
Well, I'm gonna have to turn the other way to get that next side. The chair. Okay. Let's follow the.
So it's 4 exercises.
Okay, let's say it again.
Yep. Leg straight and up and down. So you're not bending the knee though. It stays out straight.
Oh, it stays up.
Yeah. The next one you bend it in and out.
Got it.
You got 1 minute.
That part. Are we doing 10 on each leg?
Yep.
More.
So you're gonna stay on that leg though, and then you're gonna bring the knee in and kick it out.
Are we working on the same leg?
Yep, same leg.
Okay. Same leg.
And then knees, is that 10?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then knee circles. Remember those? Where you bring the knee, 5 in each direction. And when you get through with those, put the leg up, and then you're gonna kick up and down, up and back for 10.
This one right up.
So basically, you don't let the leg drop. The leg does not go lower than this point, and then it goes up from here, and then straight moves out and back in. But it never goes down. It stays right here for just one like last burn. It's tough, right? Yeah, I'll do them with you. So we're here, keep it here, and then we go up, and then out and in. But don't drop the knee. Up, and out and in. and up, out,
Up,
up,
out.
out, up, out,
What?
up, out.
That's tough.
Or if you just want to do these, this is really the hard part. So just kick it up, up, up. I think that was 10 though, or enough to
I
equivalent.
felt it right here.
Good. That's what we want to feel, and that's why I keep it on the same side so you get like a maximum burn on each leg.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do the same thing on the other side. 4 exercises. We got 2 minutes, so it's 30 seconds each exercise. Yep. There you go. And then we got knee circles, 5 each direction. Yep, you're making really good time too. That's,
Awesome.
and then other way, 2, 3. You want to pick that knee up as high as you can.
Soon.
Huh? Soon? All right. And then we're gonna, that's working on the mobility, so that's another thing. All right, now it's your favorite. You gotta kick the legs up from here.
That's the one I love.
Yep. There you go. Don't let the knee drop though. Keep the knee up.
Okay.
And you're kind of just
Yeah.
pulsing it up. Very good. Up and back. 3. Up and back. 4. Up and back. 5. Up and back. 6.
I'm feeling this.
7. Good. Up and back. 8. Up and back. 9. One more. Up and back. 10. And put it down. You did it. With 10 seconds to spare. All right, now we'll just do 2 sets of abs and we're done. So, as you remember, first thing is leg raises. And same thing here applies, it's 30 seconds, 4 exercises. So we got 2 minutes for the first set, 2 minutes for the next set. So you want to bring your legs up and down the best way you can, even if it's here. But you're working your way up to this. So we got 30 seconds. Even if you just have to bring your knees in and out, those are pretty effective too. However you need to do it.
Right. Does this work?
Yep, that works. What number you want?
7.
All right. And then from here, we're going to put our legs down and bring one leg up and down for 10 and then switch.
One leg at a time?
Yep.
Feeling this.
Good.
Woo! On the leg.
plank on your elbows for 20 seconds.
Oh, that plank thing.
Yep.
Another good one, another favorite one of mine.
What's that?
Another favorite one.
Yep. So knees up, back flat as you can, and hold for 20. For 15. Hold for 10. Last 5. 3, 2, 1. All right. So last set, let's try to do it all in 2 minutes. So arm on your back and leg raises. Seconds.
How many?
15 seconds. Actually, down to the last 10. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now this time you're gonna do knee circles. So you're gonna come in and down, but spinning in a circle. 5 each side, 30 seconds. 4, 5, and then switch directions after 5, 5, 4, 3. This helps work the obliques. 2, 1, and then from there you're gonna do sit-ups. So either crunches or sit-ups. I'll do crunches with you. Go up as high as you can and back down. 30 seconds. We got 10 of them.
That's the one where I can pull myself up?
Yeah.
No.
You just want to go crunch up and come back down for 10.
Can I use a band thingy and pull myself up?
Well, if you're just crunching, do you need the band? You can
I don't know. I can't pull myself up.
Even this far?
Let's see.
You just want to get your shoulder blades off the ground. That's all you're trying to do. Yeah. That's a crunch. That's all you need.
Oh, okay.
As long as you feel it in your core. Do you feel it in your core?
Yep.
Yep. So get 10 of those. You just come up as high as you can. The more you do them, the higher you're going to be able to come. Your goal is to try to sit up, but if you don't, that's okay. Just go up as high as you can.
Eventually I'll get higher.
Exactly.
Right now? Is that no?
Right. And last set of planks. So on your elbows, we got 30 seconds.
Thanks.
10 seconds. Almost there. Back flat, head straight. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and down. And you've done it. 30 minutes. And hopefully you got like a better idea of like how everything works.
Yeah. I just pulled it close to me. So dramatic. Ooh, slide it over. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So
You got it in for today. I'm still working on recording some other workouts for you just so you can have them. I'm gonna do another one that has like the timing. Basically one that's the timing is exactly where it should be, and like talking through every exercise and through the time. So if ever you watch it, it's like very descriptive of what's going on. You know what I mean? Um, Also, I'm working on some diet stuff. Real quick, I wanted to ask you, how's your diet and eating? Do you think it's where it should be, or it can be better?
Read my mind.
Because that,
So
that's
I've been like a little pig lately. I've been out of control and like almost doing it on purpose. Like I'm like, why? My
yeah.
job is so boring
Uh huh.
that I walk around looking for things.
Really, that's not good.
Yeah, really. And I never used to be that way. I literally like walk around and then I'm doing like the cup noodles. And I'm like, what are you doing? You brought lunch. Like, you ate the lunch
Mm-hmm.
already. Why are you not eating a cup of noodles? But, so yeah, so I really want to, again, because I want to be, like, we're still working on my website.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've seen the new one. So we're like doing a lot of stuff, but I want to also be honest about the journey.
Right.
And then I really, really want to give these people something to see
Something what?
so that I can give them something to see, right?
Yeah.
Because they're
Yeah.
very visual. So that way I can really start zoning in on, because I'm working on my about Kurline because it's not business language enough.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm trying to identify what services, like why do I want them to call me? What the heck, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you go to the website, why do you want the people to call you? Just to talk? Anybody could talk, right? What are you going to talk about? So I want to zone in on the business language.
Mm-hmm.
I'm putting it on more in like the life coach, mentorship, and consultation. Now, you don't have to, one thing I've learned is that you don't have to know everything to be able to sell something.
Right.
And you really play the middleman and sell the thing, because that's what everybody's doing. People
Mm-hmm.
are talking about business stuff like they know anything. Sometimes we just don't know.
Right.
But you're like, yeah, business credit, like what is it? But like the business I'm in, right? The healthcare, like I don't have a healthcare background, but who cares, right?
Uh-huh.
So I really want to like highlight the holistic approach to living that better life, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like on my IG, I said, I help women move from trauma and pain to living the best life. But what does the best life look like? So when I kind of put that about, I want it to be that I help them from a holistic approach, right? Which is the whole mental wellness,
Mm-hmm.
diet and exercise. And so I want them to see the journey of me, like not being able to do the stretches, but I really want them to like get to see that body. I don't think I should have some cuts real soon.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because then we really want to show them that, hey, this is what, and really and truly it's the truth. This is what makes the whole person, right?
Yeah.
So every area of your life. So
Mm-hmm.
even your spiritual life, your physical and everything. And so when I'm doing the blogging, I want to do that. And then I want to be able to put outfits that can sleeveless and control over the arms and have some things that I can't put because I done got fat in this COVID.
A lot of people, yeah. Right.
Can't even know. So like, so that's what and then pull you in, like, so that way if you want to move from us just doing not all together, but doing the one-on-one and then you do your stuff. People follow people once they have a story
Right.
and something to attach to.
True.
They want something to attach to. They don't want to just have you say, well, this is who I work with every morning. Okay,
Uh-huh.
what's the results? We want what you have. This right here. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh. Wait, what's that?
So, no, I'm saying they this is how they behave. They're like, I'm not just, so let's say I put you, they don't want to hear that this is the person that I follow every morning or we do work out together. They want to say, this is what I want.
Uh-huh.
Either that the arms, or being able to fit into the outfit and look like this.
Right.
Like this. They want to see something. They're like, this right here. So that's why I have to be able to start narrowing things so I can sell something. What am I selling?
Right. Right.
Because I obviously can't say that I did it on my own. I have to say that I didn't do it on my own. I have to say that I was clumsy and just whatever the words are going to be that I'm going to use, right?
Mhm,
Just
mhm.
slow and draggy until I kind of merge the three together and start seeing that one is codependent on the other.
Mm-hmm.
And I needed to bring someone in because I couldn't do it.
Right. Right.
You get where this is
Yeah.
going,
Yeah.
right?
That sounds good. It's cohesive.
Yeah, so I need to get this going. So I was also thinking, along with the diet and exercise, I was wondering if, for me to get, like, if I should actually top my workouts, even if it's for a month, and then kind of just have, a lesser rigid routine.
Do
So like
what?
versus me doing it once a day, probably twice a day.
You can
I'm
do
just
that.
saying, I can probably do the second one on my own, but do some extra.
You can do that. Absolutely. Yeah.
Would that hurt the body, or is that not recommended?
Really good question. You'd want to work your way into it, and you want to listen to your body, but you can definitely overwork yourself and hurt yourself and injure yourself. I've done it, so you don't want to push it too hard. So basically, you work your way up to it. You start once a day, and then be consistent with like an hour each day
Okay.
at one time, and then if you get that down and you feel fine, then you go up to maybe twice a week, 2 times a day. You don't want to do twice a day every day because after a week or
Right.
two, you're gonna be exhausted and
I don't even have the schedule for that.
right, right. So then, yeah, like adding in 2 or maybe even 3 days, but start with 1 and see how you feel the next day after that day. You might be exhausted, or
And sore.
sore, or you might feel fine. Really, the way it goes is the first time you do it, you'll be very tired, and then the next week you do it, oh, I don't feel this tired, and then maybe you add in another day. But I wouldn't recommend twice a day more than 3 times a week for anybody because it's just too much. You don't need if you're working out efficiently in those once a days and then that extra time, you don't need anything more. You know what I mean? Because now we're
Right.
talking about 8 hours of exercise a
So
week.
the language is, but sorry, I'm just stealing content from you.
It's fine.
Is that so? The consistency over time is better than trying to just get an overnight stuff that can, in the long term, hurt you.
Let me tell you something. This is a quote that I read, and it's 100% the truth. Um, if you doing something for doing a lot in a short period of time after doing very little for a long period of time is how you injure yourself. So you never want to go too hard too fast because you haven't been doing a whole lot for a long time, and that's what happens to people. It happened to me. You think, oh, I used to do all of this, so I can just jump right back into it. But your body was accustomed to it when you were doing it, and now it's not. So if you push yourself,
Right.
that's how you tear tendons. That's how you injure joints. That's how you wear out your cartilage. All type of bad things can happen. But if you build up your body to endure those things, then you can handle doing a lot. But it has to be over time. It should be like more like a 90-day process as opposed to a 1 week or 30-day. You know what I mean? So, but it will come. You know. So, and that's how results work anyway. Yeah, you have to take small steps. Like I was gonna say, as far as your diet, you should probably try to have a goal of maybe 1 to 3 pounds per week. I don't know if you have a weight goal of losing or actually just
I'm not losing anything.
you want to just kind of tone and build your body.
I, I don't want to lose it.
Okay, so then you want to focus on measurements then. And are you trying to gain weight? But like in the right places, or are you trying to stay the same? Because these are the questions you kind of got to answer for yourself to know where you want to go.
Yeah, I think definitely toning.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely toning. Yeah, and getting weight in the right places.
What's your weight? Do you know?
Um, what did they say last time I went? I think I was up to 120, which is the last time I was around that weight was when I carried my son. I think I was around 135 when I was pregnant.
So you haven't weighed in a while then?
I weighed, I think a few weeks ago. I went to the doctor. It was
You-
120 or 125,
Do you have a scale?
which was on the heavy side because, like I said, the last time I weighed 135 was when I was pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm.
I've always been underweight according to the doctor because of my height. So I've always been in the, I think, 10th percentile or something. Like seriously.
Yeah, I see that. Like That's pretty
Like
low.
I've always been all my life. Like in high school, I literally weighed 90 or 98 pounds or something like that for five
Wow.
years. 5 years, the scale would not move.
Oh my God.
Like it was like, yeah, yeah. Oh, you should see my pictures. Like really skinny and tall. Like I've never been. Like even after I had my son, I was excited. I thought, maybe we could stay.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And I'm planning all these outfits I was gonna wear. I disappeared. I was like,
Damn.
wonderful. That's somebody else wished they had that problem, but my
Uh-huh.
problem was I wanted to keep the weight, honestly.
Right.
So I mean, at my age, I'm just like, I'm over it. It doesn't matter. I just want to just tone up, and I'm comfortable with my weight right now.
And
I'm
you,
okay.
you think you're at about 120, 125, 125, I think you said.
Yeah, I think that's what they said. Yeah,
So then,
and I know I did gain a little bit in the COVID.
right, right. So then do you have a scale in your house? When you go to
Nope.
Target, just as important as getting the weights, you should get a scale. If it's in your budget. It's like 20 bucks.
Are they expensive? I don't have no idea
You
what.
can get a cheap one because you just need one that's gonna get your weight. If you have, if you can get it in fit it in your budget, but you do want to monitor. I mean, I get what you're saying. Your weight's not that important. You know the other thing you want to get? You want to get a tape measurer. Let me show you. You can even get these on
Uh
Amazon.
huh.
So because your weight isn't your main focus, you probably want to get one of these. And this one is great because you don't need someone to hold it for you because it's got like this little hook loop thing.
Okay.
And you so like let's say you want to measure your waist. You bring it here. I mean, you don't need this for this anyway, but it has a button that loosens it, and then it hooks in here, and then you can check your weight. So it's like, mine says 34.
Huh?
You can do your arm.
I don't
You,
know what my waist is.
you probably wouldn't want to do your arm. I mean, your arms are good, but you're not worried about building bigger arms. You probably just want them to be more toned, but you probably want to measure like your waist, your hips, your thighs, um, maybe your chest, and maybe even your arms. But those are like pretty much like the five major points: arms, chest, waist, hips, and legs, like your high upper thigh. And then if you want to grow calves, you can measure those too. But I don't think calves and forearms are your focus either. Um, so, but this will probably be more of your focus because you want to track, right, to see if you're making changes. Otherwise, you won't really notice. You'll just kind of look in the mirror and be like, oh, it looks the same, looks the same. But it is changing, and this is the way you monitor it. And this thing here is probably like less than $5. It's not expensive at all.
So this is a special tape measurement for the body, or is that just?
It's for the body, yeah. Because
Uh-huh.
being that it has this like loop thing, if you did measure your legs, you can like you can literally, it has a button to release so that it gets tight, and then you can literally put the loop in, and then it'll stay there, as opposed to you having to hold it and then, because let's say you want to go write this down, you know what I mean? You can't do that if they didn't have this loop. It would just fall back off your leg, you know.
Oh, wow.
Or
This is
or
great.
you can just take the measurement and remember it and write it down. But you do want to start with any fitness journey. You want to measure your progress, whatever your goals are. And I can probably tell, because as is with most ladies, you want your waist to be as small as possible, and maybe grow some in your legs or your hips or your glutes, and maybe tone your back and your arms. You know.
They say once the waist is smaller, everything else appears bigger, like the hips and everything.
True. That's very true. So, and I think from what I'm seeing with you, your core is probably going to be your biggest challenge and the area you want to focus on the most, because that's going to tighten up your waist, and it's also going to make all the exercises easier for you. Because we've talked about your core is the most important part of your whole body, top and bottom, because it connects the two, you know. And your core it needs some strengthening. So yeah, so that's going to be like your main focus. But that's going to be your homework.
So, in regards to dieting,
Yes. I have
what
some
do we
huh?
what do we do about that?
I have some really good stuff I'm working on. Um, but to start, this is what I need you to do.
I like bread.
No,
Oh, I eat a lot of bread.
you can eat bread, but you can't eat a
I eat
lot.
bread for lunch. I eat bread for breakfast. I eat bread. All kinds of bread.
So you can eat bread, but here's okay. There's this rule that Dr. Oz has. It's called the 75-25 rule, which means 75% of what you do, but let's just keep it to diet. 75% of what you eat should be healthy, right? And then 25% could be whatever you want it to be. Otherwise, you'll go crazy. Like that's your cheat days. It's basically 1/4 of whatever you eat. So basically, if there were 8 days in a week, there's not, there's 7. But that basically would mean 2 days, like the weekend, you can eat whatever you want, right? And then during the week, you should eat clean. Or to break it up throughout the week, that just basically means if you ate 4 meals a day, which you don't, but if you did, you would eat one of those can be bread or whatever, but the other ones need to be healthy, you know? Or even breaking it up even smaller. You can have let's say you had every meal, there was 4 parts every meal. One part of that meal could be an unhealthy, but the other 3 need to be healthy. You see what I mean? So it should be the ratio 1/4 healthy, 3/4, no, 1/4 unhealthy, 3/4 healthy.
Right.
And with that being said, that means you can have bread, but you can't have 3/4 of your meal be bread and then 1/4 of it be something
Yeah,
else.
no, it's not like um I think in general I do eat healthy. I eat a lot of salads.
That's good.
I mean I have tons of lettuce right now. I eat a lot of salads. I put avocado in there, I put, cut up a lot of things in it. My salads are always rich, but I think it's just my mouth's always moving.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. My mouth is always moving. Like always.
I'd say as
Like
far as
like
eating and
at
talking.
work, any job, all jobs, home. My mouth is always moving.
Mhm.
Period.
Right.
So, but what I've done I do drink a lot of coffee too,
Okay.
which I'm really not supposed to.
Yeah, it's a lot of caffeine.
It's gotten better. I will just warm up the same cup 6 times, like I did this morning.
Okay.
Um, but I really shouldn't. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, you could cut back on the coffee. So there's this app. I'm gonna try to I'm working on it right now, but it's called, at least I'm adding my foods for myself and creating diet plans, but it's called MyFitnessPal. You should download it.
Okay.
You should download it, and it helps you track your foods. So let me show you what it looks
What's
like.
it called?
It's called MyFitnessPal. So
My Fitness Pal.
yeah, MyFitnessPal.
PL.
Yep, PAL.
Okay.
And it lets you track all your foods, and you set your goals. If you want to stay the same weight, if you want to gain or lose, then it'll tell you how many calories you should be eating. And
Mm-hmm.
once you enter your foods daily, see, it's right here. You see it? You already found it?
Yeah, I found it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you want to start entering your foods into that daily. I started doing it this week. It's annoying at first because it's a lot of food you have to enter and find and look up. But once you get your diet down, I mean, there's probably not more than, I don't know, 30, 40, or 50 foods that you eat
Yeah.
on a regular basis in general. It's probably really more like 20, 25 different things. But, different people have different diets. So between 20 and 50 is, I think, a safe range. So basically, once you find those 20, let's just say 30, 35 items, you put them in there. And then once you have them looked up in your phone, you can always just go back to reference them to add them to different meals. You can even set meals up, and then you can just hit a button to put this meal, that meal, that meal, add up your calories for the day, the fats, the proteins, and then it'll let you know if you're hitting your goals or not. So That's going to help you keep track of your diet, and it's also going to help you keep track of your progress. So if you keep up with it, and it's a little tedious at first, but after a while it becomes just a couple minutes per day, like sending a text message or, punching in a couple of pieces of information. It'll show you whether you're overeating, undereating, or eating right where you should be for your goals. But that's part of the thing I'm working on in the app. It's going to have like a workout program as well as a diet program, all catered towards your goals and your needs. And it's tracked month by month, actually week by week. Because the next thing I want you to do, that's why I was telling you to get the scale and do your measurements, is because every week you should be measuring. After you work out for the full week, on a Sunday or a Monday, or even Saturday, whenever you have time at the end of the week, you take your measurements for your waist, your legs, your arms, your back. You take your weight, just so you know if it's going up or down, because you should know. You know what I mean? You might think, oh, I'm staying the same, and you might be like, whoa, I gained 5 pounds. Where'd that come from? Or I lost 5 pounds. I didn't want to do that. You know what I mean? You should know. Or I'm right where I was. And then the last thing is, you want to take 2 pictures. You want to take one facing forward with your arms out so you can see your waist, and one sideways with your arms up. You don't want to have your arms here, so you can see, your front, your back, and see if you're looking different. So I know I'm throwing a lot at you, but
no, that's fine. Another thing that I've been struggling with pretty much all my life is I think I get bloated a lot. So I would be like flat stomach, and then I would drink a glass of water, it's out. Like you would think I'm like 6 months pregnant. Like,
yeah, that's probably more to do with the stuff you're eating too, though. But yeah, water can do that.
I mean, anything. I would chew on something and it would come out. I would eat food, it would come out. Like, I know my mom mentioned to me before that I should look into find out what my blood type is. I don't remember what it is. He's like, certain things probably is just, I shouldn't eat certain things.
Yeah, I was gonna say that, and it's hard.
I don't know what they are. I'm probably eating them all day, every day. I don't know what.
So I mean, what I'm gonna say is gonna probably not make you very happy, but like books I've read, there's a lot of stuff we're not supposed to be eating. Bread is at the top of that list. Bread causes bloating. It causes like inflammation. It's yeast, and yeast rises, right? And when you have a lot of that in your digestive system,
it's rising around here.
Yeah, it really. One thing I don't buy and I don't really eat much of, really at all, is bread but it's hard. Really? It's hard because when you like it and you eat it. Now there's healthy alternatives.
I don't have to. I have granola, the granola thing. I do oatmeal in the morning and I put blueberries in there. Like I eat well. I haven't been conscious about, hey.
Yeah.
These are the things that probably should go.
Right. There's a lot of things. And there's a lot of things you should be eating, a lot of things that you should. Like my basic diet is I'll have like a smoothie in the morning, or like a piece of fruit, like kale and pear or apple and spinach, something like that. For lunch, I usually have 3 eggs and kale with like some walnuts or Brazilian nuts on the side. This is if I'm eating super clean, of course. And then for dinner, I'll usually have like a baked potato or some plantains or some rice with either some beef, like steak that I cook at home, or like baked fish. Sometimes I'll do canned fish, but I try not to do too much canned foods. And then also, again, like some nuts on the side. But that's pretty much and I eat cheese. I'll eat like a small piece of cheese with like each meal, just for more protein. Plus it has calcium and stuff as well. And that's pretty much like my general diet. Of course it varies. I eat asparagus, I eat other types of greens, and I'll eat potatoes or plantains or rice for like carbs. So I have like one green meal with eggs, one carb meal with like protein, fish or beef, and I have a smoothie in the morning. That's my breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
You don't do chicken at all?
I try to stay away from chicken. I think it's like one of the more fatty meats. without the same benefits. Beef is really good because it has a lot of calcium, especially if you eat grass-fed beef. But
I try
chicken,
to stay away from the beef.
hmm
Like I don't have it very often. Very, very scarcely do I have it because I heard it stays in the intestine for a whole month before it digests, and so I just kind of like don't do
yeah.
too much.
So, and there is some truth to that. I'll probably have it once a week, or maybe even once or twice every other week. I mainly stick to fish. For a long time, I was pescatarian, but you do need some red meat. You do need some meat, but it needs. What really matters is the source of the meat. Is it just regular chicken? Is it just regular beef? It should be wild, um, pasture raised where they can actually eat grass and bugs. Chickens eat bugs and stuff. When the stuff you get from the grocery store, they usually feed it a lot of grains, and that's what makes them fat, and that's what makes us fat or unhealthy.
Mm.
So, um, but to each their own. Some people are vegan. I've been vegan. I've been a meat eater, and I've been pescatarian. I've learned that being well rounded is most important, and everyone's different. So some people are healthiest as vegan. Some people only eat meat. I will never understand that, but they say they're only healthiest and they eat nothing but meat, and that's it. I couldn't do that. Where's your fiber? Um,
Yeah, yeah.
so to each their own. I don't say that one diet is the right diet because everyone is different. So whatever works best for you. But with that being said, proportions is what applies to everyone, and eating healthy is what applies to everyone. Um, within certain frames of whatever you eat. So as
Yeah.
long but I think the main thing that people neglect is fiber. You're supposed to be getting like between 30 and 40 grams of fiber per day. Most people don't get even half of that because you're not eating enough fibrous foods. Like that's why I try to get 10 grams for breakfast, 10 grams for lunch, and 10 grams for dinner, which puts me in like a 30-gram range per day. You know, and it comes from the smoothie has about 10 grams, the kale and the nuts has about 10 grams, and like the
Do you
potatoes.
add any milk to your smoothie?
No, I don't
What
drink
is?
milk because I'm not really a big fan of dairy, but um, it
I
just
mean,
doesn't sit
either.
doesn't sit well with me. For most black people, it doesn't. It's usually like
Yeah, I've been buying almond milk for my son. It's
almond milk's
so
better.
silk, yeah,
Yeah,
soy silk milk.
huh?
The silk brand soy milk
Don't don't
sometimes,
don't
almond
give him
milk.
soy milk though.
Yeah, my mom says that. I was like, what's up with that? She's like, no soy, please. I was like, what?
Soy is full with estrogen, so for girls, ladies, it might be okay. Even still, it's not great because
Right.
they use soy in a
I
lot of
stopped
things.
buying it because she freaked me out. She couldn't explain to me what.
She
She was
didn't
just
say
like, no
why.
soy. I'm
But
like, tell me.
for boys and men, it's especially bad because it'll lower like testosterone, and
Oh my
it'll
gosh,
yeah
no way.
yeah. So you don't want that. Um,
Mm.
and soy in general, it's not. That's why I stopped being vegan because a lot of the meat substitutes were soy, and I don't like soy. Soy is actually not very good for you. You really
Mm.
would be better off not eating it at all. I don't eat it at all. So
Wow.
yeah. But again, teach their own. Some people might do well with it. I've learned that it's not for me, um,
Yeah.
and for
Yeah.
most men. But yeah, fiber is important. You want to try to get as much fiber as you can per day.
Yeah, I have fruits that are spoiling over there.
Yeah, you got to eat those. Got to eat all those. So basically, fiber, protein, and you want to keep your fats as low as possible. Protein's going to build muscle. Fiber is going to keep your digestive system clean, and keeping the fats low is going to, keep you in better shape.
I think what happened because I was so underweight for like my entire life. It's not that long ago that I developed that eating habit. So I was told probably could be bad counseling too,
Bad counseling.
to just eat throughout the day because I eat small portions. So I don't eat like a huge bowl of food. Like just eat, make a sandwich, just eat. And so
Mm,
I ended up just doing that, and I'm always eating. So I don't eat like it's not like bowls of food all day long, but then I would
that and I couldn't do that because I don't get hungry like that. But that
eat.
could
Right?
that could be good for you. I wouldn't recommend more than 5 or 6 meals though. Like basically 3 meals and then 2 or 3
Too much
snacks.
eating. I need to be more productive.
Yeah.
spend
Well,
time eating.
I've heard a lot of people recommend, so if you did eat 3 meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and then had like a snack between breakfast and lunch and a snack between lunch and dinner, and then maybe one more snack before bed, um, that's not that bad, especially if you're trying to gain weight. Especially if you're trying to gain weight. But the other thing is you have to look at is your metabolism. Do you want it to speed up or slow down? If you eat not enough, it can cause your metabolism to slow down. If you eat too much, it may cause it to speed up. You want to find a balance, basically. That's why. So 3 to 5 is really the a good number. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, and then 2 snacks in between lunch and dinner, and between breakfast and lunch. But honestly, at the end of the day, what's going to really be the tell is the calories. Are you eating too many calories or not enough calories? And that comes from what you're eating, not how much you're eating, you know?
Calories, yeah, I know. Pay attention.
Yeah, it's tricky, but this app is going to help you, and knowing what to eat, what not to eat is going to help you too. But you really need to become more, if you're serious about getting results and you want to be healthier and look the way you want to look, you have to get serious about tracking everything you're eating and when you're eating it. You know, so you have to invest some time into paying attention to that stuff. If you're ever going to, because I know as human beings, we just eat. We don't even, and whatever we're hungry, we'll just put something together and eat it, and we're not even really thinking much about it, other than, oh, how does this taste and how full does it make me feel? But we're not really like looking at what's inside of the plate and then what's inside of our body, you know?
Yeah, because I've been hearing a lot of stuff about the gut, you know, and what we're putting in there, and
I'm gonna send you these 2 lists. This Dr. Sebi, he only eats like maybe 50 foods tops, and then there's another guy called Dr. Gundry, and he's a gut specialist. So that's why he says don't eat a lot of these other fruits, vegetables, and breads and stuff, because it causes chaos in our gut. It causes what's called leaky gut, which means that it pokes little holes in your digestive system and causes not bacteria, but toxins to seep through your gut into the rest of your body and pretty much kind of poison you on a low level, which causes all types of pain, inflammation, disease, and like other trauma and problems in the body. So that's why he's like, I'll tell you, he says don't eat tomatoes, don't eat zucchini, don't eat bread, stay away from pasta. There's certain nuts like peanuts you should never eat. He's got a whole list.
nuts.
Well, nuts are okay, but a lot of them aren't. Cashews are not good for you. Peanuts are not good
Yeah,
for
I
you.
had a whole container which is still there. The rest, I just stopped eating it because I noticed that. So I was talking to my mom once. I always get some gems from her though. I was talking to her once, and I said, I'm just so gassy. Sorry, I don't know if you're hearing this. So I cracked a joke, and she's like, "What are you eating that?" So I'm like, "I don't know. I'm eating the cashews." And she said, "Cashews make me gassy." And so I just freeze. Like the rest of it is still in the container. I just like literally like, let me show you. Like, I'm not eating the rest. Like here it is. I probably should toss it out because I'm not gonna finish it. They're
Yeah.
like, I like froze immediately. But then so I took a break and I said, let me test this thing, right? And so I ate the cashews, and then I started like just farting all day long, like all day long. And I didn't do it the next day. I wasn't gassy. I tried it the day after again, same thing. And I said, okay, cashews don't go with me.
Right. So you should probably throw them out. I wouldn't eat them because I've learned that.
Yeah, actually, I don't even know why they're sitting there. I should, before I get tempted.
Do you eat peanuts?
I do have 2 jars of peanuts also.
Yeah, you should get rid of those too.
When I go to all this, I go crazy. Looks like I'm buying all the wrong things. I think I
Well-
have too much food in the house. One, because I also stopped buying certain things to help my son become, you know, like I stopped buying like frozen pancakes because he goes like, this is the syrup. And I'm like, yeah, so now what we do oatmeals, and I buy the blueberries, you know?
Yeah.
I'm like, I can spend the money on other things. It's not like I have to like break the budget.
Right.
It's the same money, just spend it on something else.
Exactly.
So yeah, so I don't buy those anymore because I realize it doesn't make sense having cupboards full of food, but you have all the wrong food
Exactly. Exactly.
in there. It's like, what is the point?
Right. Right. Like walnuts are good as opposed to cashews or peanuts, and so are Brazilian nuts. Almonds are okay also. Um, so yeah, I'll send you the list, and you can just take a look at it. And again, it doesn't have to be 100%. You just need to stick to the healthy stuff 75% of the time, and then 25% you can still do your whatever you want. You know what I mean? 'Cause just to keep your mental balance, because you've eaten some of these foods that you've grown to love for so long over time that you can't just give them up. It's not even possible. I don't even recommend it, because all you're gonna do is wind up saying, "Oh yeah, I'm done with that," and then you're like, like a drug addict. You're gonna like relapse, and then you're gonna overeat it, and then you're gonna be sitting there feeling sorry for yourself when you don't have to do
I'll
that.
be screaming, shaking, and calling you.
Right.
What are you guys? Let me turn it into a Netflix series.
Right. Right. So
But
just
even milk,
balance.
I notice I'm lactose intolerant.
Yeah, me too.
So even with chocolate, like chocolate, I would same thing, the gas.
Really.
But then I eat dark chocolate and
Yeah. See. Yep. Because it doesn't have the dairy in it. So yeah, you wanna pay attention to those things. It's really gonna make a difference in how your body's gonna respond to your training. Diet, they say some people say 90%. I would say it's more like, depending on the person, but it's like 60-70% of your results. Even you.
so what should I have in the morning before I do my workout? What should I have? Like today I had a cup of coffee. And I had granola thingy and stuff.
For me, I have, because you really should eat fruit between meals, not with your meals, because fruit digests faster than proteins and carbs. So it is a carb, but it's a simple carb. It's not a complex carb. So I have that for breakfast, like a piece of fruit with some vegetables, like some kale, some leaves of kale. But for you, if you want to have your oatmeal, something small though, nothing big, because you would eat more throughout the day. So maybe your snacks can be like some nuts and some fruit, something simple for your snacks. But it has to be something that you're comfortable. I wouldn't just sit here and tell you have a smoothie, because if you don't like that or you don't want that, then you're just not
I
gonna do
like
it.
this. I like the smoothies. I actually have a lot of frozen fruits, and I have the fresh fruits. So um, the only thing I wouldn't do is add any milk
No, yeah, milk.
to them.
Right. Maybe a little almond milk is okay, but
And I bought a juicer recently, and I've juiced so far. I've juiced carrots and put a little ginger in there.
that's good.
Really good.
Yeah. So
I love juice, so yeah,
yeah. So
that was my first thing to do.
that's what I would recommend for. It's actually for football players. Like people, a piece of fruit is like a pre-workout thing. You know what I mean? It's a simple carbohydrate. It has sugars in it, so it's a really good way to start your day, and it'll give you some energy for your workout. And if you don't want to, you don't have to do that every day. You can do a smoothie, you can do a piece of fruit, or you can do oatmeal.
Oatmeal.
Yeah, oatmeal works too. It's a little bit more of a complex carb, but as long as you don't eat too much of it, it's not gonna be too much in your body to digest while you're working out. So that's a good place to start.
Sounds like a plan.
All right.
Yeah, because I feel like with all the workout, I need to do something, especially for my gut. Like there has to be something else happening there to help
Right.
get
And
the result.
and what's that?
To help get that result.
Exactly. And another important thing is try to drink a gallon of water a day. Drink water, a lot of water.
Water.
Do you drink a lot now? Yeah, no. You think you can drink more?
Yeah, I can do that.
Everyone probably can drink a little more, but a goal is a gallon. That's a good goal. It's really 1 ounce per pound you weigh, and if you weigh 125 pounds, that's a gallon. But you want to drink at least half that. You should never drink less than half of your body weight. You should never drink less than half a gallon of water a day. For me, a good goal, a fair goal is 3/4. 3/4 of a gallon, and I'm good. A gallon is the ultimate goal or more, but never less than half a gallon. You drink less than half a gallon, you're dehydrating yourself. Your pee should be clear, not like yellow,
Right,
dark yellow.
right.
So as you know, so yeah, more water, eat healthy, more fruits and vegetables, and watch what you eat.
How many ounces in a gallon? 28.
Yeah, 128.
What? That's a lot of water.
Yeah, I drink like 4 bottles that are like this big um, every day.
You could have the 16-ounce bottle.
That's really small. You should drink.
No, is that 16? Is that even 16?
Yeah, like a typical water bottle is 16. 16. A bottled water is typically 16 ounces.
I drink like either, if on a great day I drink one, on a regular day half.
Of a 16-ounce bottle? That's terrible, to be honest. I mean, it's
Yeah, I
something.
know. I've talked to myself about it, and so every morning, right, what we do now to help each other, my son and myself. So the first thing he does in the morning, he puts out a bottle each person. So he puts like K on top of one and P, so that we're not, mixing bottles.
Yeah.
And so we always say, let's start, like we have to start out there with just one bottle. So
Yes.
put it out. When we get up out of the room, we put it out on the counter. So that's what we're drinking. And then we pick up from there. But we have to get through that one bottle.
At least that, and that's a good start, and that's a good practice to get you started. So
Yeah.
because it's better than nothing. Like I said, it's something. But
Yeah, we don't want to do that.
You what?
I say, yeah, we don't want to not drink water.
Right.
Because I was talking to him about how it can affect the kidney
Oh yeah.
and stuff. And I lost my best friend with that whole kidney thing, both her kidneys failed. And so she always said to me, Curl, you gotta drink water.
Yeah.
Drink your water.
Absolutely.
So yeah, so we talk about just drink the water.
Because honestly, it'll help flush toxins out. It helps with your digestive system. It'll help you burn fat because then you can sweat easier. It does. You're 70% water. Your body.
No wonder I don't sweat. I don't
Exactly.
ever sweat.
Yeah, you need because your body might be more dehydrated than not. So if we're talking 16 ounces, 2 of those is 32, 4 of them is 64, and 8 of them is 128. So you'd want to probably do 8 is your max goal, 4 is your minimum goal. That's 64 ounces. 16, 32, 64, yeah. So instead of 1, shoot for 4. But since you're starting out, shoot for 2 or 3 and work your way up. I'll tell you what, the last thing I'll say about this, because I had this problem before too. Because it's hard to drink water sometimes. You don't want to, you know what I mean? Because you don't have an appetite for it. You don't even feel thirsty. But a lot of that honestly has to do with what's going on in your gut. You have probably so much, like, I don't want to call it chaos, but like so much, you don't have the necessarily healthy bacteria in there that's doing the work that it should be doing. Your body should be wanting and craving water. And when you don't have like a happy gut, everything's not happy, hunky-dory down there, you don't feel like drinking water. It just wants to be left alone. Like, leave me alone. Just give me food. Don't give me water. I'm working on too much stuff. But once it's clean and it's happy and it's healthy, it's easier, to drink water because everything is in a more peaceful state. You know what I mean? So that's a good metric or measure of how healthy and happy your gut is if you can constantly drink water. Because if you're not, like, think about it, if you have stomach pain or you have a stomach problem, you don't want to eat or drink anything. You know what I mean? Your stomach wants to be left alone. But if you have, like, on a low level, constant, like, irritation in your gut, you're not going to want to drink water. Your body doesn't want it. It's refusing pretty much a lot of healthy things that would be good for you. But if you can get it happy and healthy and give it what it wants and what it needs, then drinking water becomes very easy. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
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 So, yeah, couple things to work on. It's a process. We'll get there, though.
I just have some cashews. Psych.
I know you're not going to do that. But yeah, I'm going to go get ready for this class, and we'll talk more another
Sounds
time.
wonderful. Cheers to a happy Friday.
Yes. Same to you. Remember, try to do your weight, your measurements, and your pictures if you can. Since it's still early in the month.
So where do I get the measuring tape from?
Really, anywhere. If you went to Target, they probably have it. Amazon definitely will have it.
What's it called?
It's just a measuring tape. If you look up like body measuring tape.
Body measuring tape.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me look at Amazon site. I have to go to Target, but I might forget. Body measuring tape.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Okay. I see them.
Yeah, they're
I
not.
think I see the one you have.
Oh, good.
Let's get that one. Yay! I like that one. Let's buy that.
How much is it? $5?
$7.99, man. It's expensive. What the heck?
There's one for $5.50.
I don't see it.
I don't know which one. Let me see. Okay, let me send it to you.
But I want the same. I want the one I can clip. Oh, I see another one for $4.50.
Yeah, get that one.
Is that the one?
Let me see.
So what's the difference between the one for $4.50 and the $7.99?
Wait.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. Lock, pin, and push button.
Oh, I see the 451.
The $4.50 doesn't have a lock, pin, and push button.
Yeah,
because it doesn't say that.
Yeah, well then you probably want to get that lock, pin, and push.
Mm-hmm. So that's $7.50. Yeah.
You don't have to get the 7. Here, I'm gonna send you this one. Let me find out how. There's a button I could push. Well, at least there used to be. Never mind. I guess they stopped doing that. You know, Amazon used to have a way to send people stuff that you find on here.
Really?
Yeah, but there's one for $4.49. It's called the Care Touch Skin Fold.
Does it have a lock, pin, and push?
Yep.
It does?
Mm-hmm. So why don't you type in Care Touch Skin Fold?
No, I see it. It came in the search.
Okay, good.
Let me see it. $4.49. Okay.
Do you have Prime or is it regular?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. So it should get there fast.
Yeah, I think it says tomorrow.
All right, nice. That's perfect.
That's one starter.
What you gonna do about the scale? I really think you should.
Well, let me look it up. Scale. Let me at least have an idea what the budget is there. I shouldn't be shopping right now.
You said you should or shouldn't?
Shouldn't.
Right. They got one for $20. They got some other ones for 30 and 40.
Oh, I thought they were like 100 and up.
Nah, you can get.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I bought my mom one of these $20 scales. I have one that's a little bit more, but I use it a lot.
I mean, that's your. You know, you need to get the real deals, right?
Right. And I think mine's was like $30. I'm looking at it now. I have the $30 scale, so.
Really?
Yeah, but you can get the $20 one. The one that I got is supposed to like measure like BMI and body fat and stuff like that.
Okay.
So it's good to have if you look into that type of stuff. I haven't really even used it for all that yet, but to know that I have the capability is good. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm pretty comfortable with my body fat and all that. That's why I don't monitor it that much. But maybe you'd want to look into like, okay, where's my body fat now, and
oh my gosh, the glass one, I saw somebody's review where it broke. I don't need any glass around me either.
Oh no. Which one is that?
It says what? Not electricity. What? The Tech City Digital Body Weight? ETEK City. Tech City. What? That's the brand. Because there's another one. Tech City is the brand.
It's $30 in your budget, or is that too much?
It was, the one I was looking at was rental. The one I was looking at was 20, but that's the one that breaks. So that's the glass one. Okay, see the one that you sent, the 30 one.
That's the one I have. You don't have to get this one, but this is a good one.
All right, let me put it in the cart. I want to think about it right now.
Yeah, they got a $15 one too.
I got total 438 some 49 cents in the cart.
Well, you have some other stuff
I have to visit
in
this cart. I probably have all kinds of like air fryers and nonsense in there.
So this one I just sent, it has It's only $15, and it has the body weight, the body mass measurements. So it's another good one for cheaper, half the price.
Why is it cheaper?
I don't necessarily know. It's got a lot of good reviews. It just might be, cheaper manufacturing. I don't think it does the body fat. I think it does the body mass. Um, Body weight BMI scale. I think
I
BMI is,
got it.
huh?
I just got it,
Okay.
so I can move on.
Yeah. I think it works. I mean, it'll do what you need it to do.
Hmm.
All right, so you got your scale, your tape measure, and just take some pictures. And I know you know how to take pictures, so I'm sure you'll get those in at some point.
So flattering. So I'll have my son take them for me. Yeah, I'll probably just take it with, like, I'll lift this shirt up so that way I'll just have the workout bra so I can see my stomach.
You can
Really
even take
No,
the
I'll
shirt.
do it that way because I want to see what the stomach looks like, because
You should.
it's long. Okay, so here's what, I'm not shy about it. So this is my belly.
Uh-huh.
You see what I mean?
And you should probably take the shirt off, just so you see your arms and your shoulders and everything.
What the hell, though? So one day it's like this, one day it's like this, one day.
I can't see right now because you're standing, but I see the bottom
hold
part.
on. So one day it's like, I mean, it's not too bad to work with. I don't have a lot of,
No.
I mean, it's tight, so it's,
Right. It's not huge. It's just, you got some body fat that you need to burn off.
hey, watch it.
It's the truth.
You're not recording.
No.
I'm so funny. Where's my note? Yeah, it's not a lot of fat to work with, so I should be able to, like, really, tone up if
Yeah.
I, with the diet and everything and exercise combined.
Right. But yeah, it'll be good to take the picture with the shirt off and the sports bra on, so that you can see your arms, your back, and your waist, instead of just having the shirt bunched up here and then you can't really see what's going on up top.
Right. Right. Okay.
So either wear like a short shirt or a sports bra, but to see your arms, your back, and your waist would be a good starting picture. And then, like, every week, take another picture, or every other week, even every month. But I would say if you don't want to do it every week because that's too much, then every other week would be a good amount of time to see, like, progress.
Okay.
And plus it'll help motivate you, because if you don't see progress, you're going to want to work harder. And if you do see progress, you're going to be happy and want to work harder as well. So it works both ways, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's a start. All right. And make sure you use MyFitnessPal. Start to get in there and look around and see if you can start to put in some foods and stuff.
Just sit down. Okay, I'll start doing that. That's my work.
On top of everything else you got. But this is part of it. Remember, this is all part of
I'm
it.
just over there saying, I got this 2:30, and then my dog's got an appointment at 5.
Yep. At least you know.
Down the street.
At least you know with the fitness journey, it works into your other business. So it's not just like, it's for you, which is important, but it's also for your
Right.
business.
If I look at it that way, it would be less pressure.
Yeah.
It won't feel like it's two different things, like I'm being pulled all over, because I'm not wired that way. I think you can
Right.
tell.
Yeah.
I'm just like, nah, I don't like a lot of pressure.
Right.
I don't want like people riding my ass. Like, don't stop bothering me.
Right.
Fortunately, I have a good supervisor. I was able to. I told you I went back to my other job.
Yeah.
I mean, I could. People have been there for like 17 years. I could be there for a long time, but it's just that I have to move forward at one point.
Yeah.
I can't talk about that with them right now because they're like, "You staying out here, right?" I am staying.
Right.
But so I mean, for now it's good as because it's also a good job. It's very slow paced, so it's good for me to. There's so much time available to build what I need to build. So I'm praying for discipline, just to be disciplined about my own work.
Right.
So that way, because there's time available, and so I don't want to later regret it and get so hectic that I'm like, oh my God, I have no time. Because I don't
Right.
believe that no sleep stuff. I don't believe in that.
Right, I feel you.
I just don't. I'm like, it's not that serious.
No, of course, you need your sleep. But yeah, try to get the homework stuff done. Keep it in line with like your work, your job work, and that should help relieve some pressure. But keep me posted, or if you have any questions, and I'm gonna get ready for this class that's about to start. And I guess I'll talk to you on Monday.
Sounds good. So Monday,
right.
let's do, because I have a 10 a.m. meeting on Monday, a call.
Okay,
So maybe we can really do 8:30.
sounds good. 8:30 works.
Yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
All
All
right.
righty.
See you
Talk
then.
to you later.
Yep. Talk to you later.
Bye.
Bye.